All right, lesson 8.3, converting metric units of mass. I can convert metric units of mass as your I can statement. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so when we're talking about metric units of mass, mass and weight are not the same thing scientifically, but for the purposes of what we're going to do, we're going to just use them interchangeably. I just want you to know they don't mean exactly the same thing, all right? So mass is the basic unit of mass in the metric system is the gram. So just to give you a frame of reference, if we look at a paper clip, that's about 1 gram. Okay, just to give you some, that's a large paper clip too, not a small one. All right. So again, you'll see that this looks the same as it has in the last 3 videos. The only thing that's changed here is our unit. Okay, you can see that all of the words now end in gram, but the prefixes have not changed at all. They're still the same prefixes they've always been. So. And again, the metric anagram works here as well. King Henry died unexpectedly drinking chocolate milk, with the only major change here being the unit that we're doing. Obviously, we're talking about 2 totally different things when we're talking about a liter and a gram, but for the purposes of converting them, they work exactly the same thing. All right, so heaviest on the top of this, kilogram being the heaviest, okay, and on the lightest side of that would be the milligram. All right, so you can again see the suffixes have all changed to gram here, but the prefixes are all the same. So just for a quick review, I'm going to convert 5.2 grams to centigrams. Okay, now there are many of you who probably are already doing this naturally, but another way to think about this when we're converting grams to centigrams is I can just look and see how many steps I'm going to go down. So I'm going to go 1, 2 steps down. That tells me I'm going to move my decimal point 2 spaces. If I do that, I should have 520 centigrams when I'm done. Okay, so let's take a look at this together. We're going to have 5.2 grams. I move the decimal place 1 point to the right. Now I have 52 decigrams. And now I'm going to multiply that number by 10. It's easier up front to move the decimal because there's 1 there. Now I'm going to multiply that by 10. I get 520. All right, let's do one more quick one. So I'm going to convert 743 milligrams to grams. All right, so when I do that, I'm going to start at milligrams and I'm going to go up to grams. That's going to go up 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now I know my decimal is going to shift to the left. So I'm going to shift that 3 places to the left. That means that I should have 743 thousandths of a gram when I'm done. Okay, so when I start here, I get 743, remembering that a decimal can go at the end of any whole number, and I'm going to shift that by 1 spot as I go up to centigrams. So that's where 74 300ths of a centigram come in. Okay, I move that to decigrams. I get 7, or I'm sorry, it should have been 3/10, 7 43 hundredths of a decigram. And then when I get up to gram, I'm at 743 thousandths of a gram. So 743 milligrams equals 743 thousandths of a gram. And again, the reason I know that makes sense is because there's 1,000 milligrams. So if I was going to write this as a fraction, I would put 743 over 1,000. That's 743 thousandths. That's the same way I would say that. Okay? So today, you are going to be working on your practice problems. Okay? You can use the steps again to help solve if you need it. There is a guided question this time. I'll let you read that, and there's a practice problem that you're going to need to create for a classmate to solve. And we'll see you soon.